G'day everyone, welcome to the Bothy. I'm Chris.
G'day, I'm Al.
Today, mate, we're going to take a look at a video from a new senator, South Australian Senator Leah Blyth.
And she actually makes, surprisingly, some sense.
She speaks common sense, especially on our favourite subject.
Very unusual for a Liberal senator.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go, exactly right. So we'll take a look at the video. We'll pause it in parts just so we can reaffirm some of her points.
Yep.
And then pick it up. It's not all that long. So if you haven't seen this, enjoy.
Today I rise to speak about the challenge confronting every household, every business, every community in Australia, the rising cost of power. Skyrocketing more than 40% during the first term of the Albanese government. Net zero is driving a rapid and uncompromising shift to renewable energy. It's reshaping our economy, our communities, and our way of life. It is a shift that demands honesty. Honesty about who pays, who benefits, and who bears the burden. Those opposite must be honest with the Australian people, with farmers, with small business owners, and with families. They must admit that this energy transition is not free, it is not magical, and it is not painless. It is sending manufacturing offshore, driving agriculturalists off their land, sending businesses broke, and driving families and businesses to the brink.
She makes some frightening points, doesn't she?
Yeah, 40%.
40% increase in power when they promised to save us money.
I know, well, I am feeling it, mate. I am feeling it.
So are we. We're shopping around as well. It's insane, mate.
It's bullshit.
And when she makes a really good point, who pays? Everyone pays, but those that can least afford it feel it the most.
Yeah. I mean, like the likes of senators and other such people that are working in the government, they don't tend to feel the same as your average run-of-the-mill man or woman.
Exactly right. Yeah. They're a little more affluent than the rest of us.
They're all just out of touch, all of them. Because if they think they're doing a good job and people are like better off, we're going backwards the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
She makes another point there. Yeah. Who benefits from all of this? Big business. Yep. And who bears the burden at the moment? It's the farmers and small businesses, mate. They're getting absolutely poleaxed.
Yeah.
So, when she talks about honesty and openness from the government to make it more palatable, we haven't had any of that.
No.
We're told it's the cheapest form of energy while our energy prices go through the roof.
Yeah, it is bullshit. All these price hikes are to like pay for all this new energy.
Yeah.
That is the cheapest and the best type of energy you can possibly use.
It's the dearest, most unreliable form, but we don't hear the truth.
Yeah.
Right, let's continue on with her speech.
On top of this, it is being funded by the taxpayer, which may, make no mistake, means your money. Whether it's through higher inflation and taxes, steeper power bills, or lost economic opportunity, the cost is real and the burden is growing. Inflation is largely being driven by the energy transition. Labor cannot be believed when it comes to the cost of their energy and emissions reduction policies. They went to the 2022 election with 3 promises: a $275 cut to power bills, which I, like many other Australians, are still waiting for, 82% renewables target by 2030, and a 43% emissions reduction. So far, we are still yet to achieve any of those targets, and it's fair to say that the renewables target won't be reached.
She reiterates there, $275 is what they were going to save. That was They said that hundreds of times in their election campaign.
That was one of their main things.
That's what got them pretty much over the line, I reckon.
I don't know. I just thought it was a lot of bollocks when I heard it.
Well, guess what?
So did you.
You were right.
Yeah.
Instead, we've had 40% increases. And the 82% they talk about by 2030, I'm hearing it's going to be closer to 65, mate.
Yeah.
And the more wind arrays, wind arrays, whatever you want to call them, that get cancelled, the harder that's going to be.
Yeah, because they probably had that on the table when they had all these wind farms and they went, right, that's what that guy's going to be doing that one, this one's going to be doing that. They're all pulling out, mate.
Yep.
Because it's not viable for them.
All those gigawatts aren't going to be gigawatts anymore. They're going to be ridiculous. So she's making some good points. Let's continue on with her video.
Every extra dollar spent on ever-rising energy bills is a dollar less for groceries, for childcare, for mortgage repayments. And it's not just about households feeling the pinch. Businesses, large and small, are grappling with unpredictable costs, shrinking margins, and mounting pressure to absorb new compliance requirements. Subsidies for solar panels and electric vehicles, while appealing on paper, often benefit wealthier households, leaving working families behind. The good intentions behind the energy transition do not pay the bills, families do, and many of them are already stretched beyond their limits. Those opposite speak of equity and inclusion, but the reality is this: families on the minimum wage, those working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, are not the ones installing rooftop solar or buying Teslas. They are the ones who pay more at the checkout, more on their rent and more on their power bills. This transition, as it stands, is deepening inequality.
Bang on the money, mate.
Yep.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So, some of the stuff she says there is really important. They just don't get it.
No.
They don't understand the pain that they're causing.
Well, they're not feeling the pain. You see the wages that they're on.
They're so busy virtual signalling, they do not understand what they're doing.
No.
These decisions made by Chris Bowen and co, honestly, they're hurting every Australian.
Oh.
In particular, though, they hurt those that can't afford it, mate. We keep banging on about this, but when power prices go up, the flow-on effect is immense.
Yeah.
It's your bill goes up, obviously, but then petrol goes up because you've got to get petrol places. Food goes up because you've got to transport it places. What Senator Blyth says there is bang on, while those that are virtual signalling and saying we're looking after the environment, they don't understand that every time the power bill goes up $1, that's $1 less somebody's got to spend on something else. Be that food, they feel it in their shopping cart. Or maybe a little luxury, maybe going into the pub for a pint or a feed. Or it's $1 less that they don't get to spend on clothing or their kids to get to school, or maybe it's an excursion the kids don't get to go to. It's horrendous.
You feel it because we used to go out once or twice a month for a meal. Mate, I can't remember the last time we went out. We can't afford it.
No,
we cannot physically afford it.
No,
and my wage is 10 grand better than it was 5 years ago. But where's the money going?
Yeah,
it's going to food. It's going to fuel. It's going to electricity. It's just shit. We
all know that the $19 Palmer at the pub is now your $32, $35 Palmer at the pub. And restaurants have been decimated, mate. I mean, they've got a pretty new equipment.
Yep.
They've got rising power prices and they are, power sucking machines, and they've got less customers. So they've got to put prices up.
Yep.
Where do they go?
I know.
And who pays the prices?
Well, the customers.
We do. Let's get back to our video.
Are farmers the lifeblood of Australia's food security? Under the net zero agenda, face strict limits being imposed on their land use and their livestock emissions. That means slashing herd sizes to cut methane. That means gutting income and driving up beef prices for everyday Australians. Green farming sounds good in a press release, but for the farmer on the ground, it can mean tens of thousands of dollars in costs with no guarantee of return. And the bureaucracy, complex carbon farming schemes, consultants, forms and red tape. We're asking our farmers to be environmental auditors just to stay afloat. It's absurd. Worse still, prime agricultural land that feeds us all, is being swallowed up by wind turbines and solar farms. Farmers are losing the very ground they depend on, all to meet a target funded by their own taxes. And when our local producers go under, we will all pay more.
We go on about the farmers quite a bit here. So here we go again. I mean, they are being smashed, mate. Yeah. And people that live in cities, and I didn't when I lived in the cities, and you didn't when you lived in cities, we simply don't seem to get it.
No.
We didn't get it.
No.
And those that, a lot of our mates are still in the city, they don't get it. They don't give the farmers a second thought.
No.
They don't, they go to Coles and Woolies or Aldi or wherever they go and buy their steak, or they go to the butcher even. They don't think about where that's come from.
Yeah.
Yep, all their veggies.
Yeah, the farmers. But then we've spoken about it before. I mean, all over the world, the farmers are getting completely shafted by all the Western countries.
Yep.
There's a plan, obviously.
Yep.
And it's at the behest of the farmers. Yep. And they're the ones that are punished for it.
Yep. They won't see it until it affects them, right?
Yeah.
So this is where either prices have got to really go out of control, or they need to stop producing milk, like a couple of our listeners, watchers have suggested, which is extreme. But until something extreme happens, people aren't going to understand the pressure that these farmers are being put under.
That's when people will wake up.
Yep.
When they can't get their milk for their tea or their cereal.
You look at what's happened in the last 12 months, new taxes, higher taxes, higher insurances. Their insurance has gone through the roof. It's out of control.
It's ridiculous.
Drought.
Yep.
You can't control that.
No.
Yep. Nothing you can do. Land grabs for renewables, demands that we're coming onto your land to put towers up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Absolute rubbish. Stricter regulations.
Yep.
Stricter emissions. More competition from new markets. Now we're letting meat in from other places and vegetables in from other places. The list goes on and on, mate.
I know.
It's just criminal.
But the thing is, what are we going to do when half the farmers can't keep going because they're on the edge and they have to close shop?
Yep.
Where are we going to get? How are we going to fill the gap?
We're not.
Exactly.
We're not going to be able to.
And then people will start waking up then and going, "Oh, why weren't we looking after the farmers in the first place?"
Yep.
Well, hello, you bloody could have woke up like 6 months ago or a couple of years ago because it's been going on forever.
We're shafting them. You're right. Okay, last segment.
The impact on small business is equally stark. Switching from gas to electric, swapping diesel vehicles for electric, installing new compliant equipment, it all comes with an upfront cost many small operators simply cannot afford. The subsidies propping up this transition are staggering, and emissions under Labor are actually rising. This is not a call to abandon environmental responsibility. Every Australian wants a sustainable future, clean air, preserved landscapes and a healthy environment for generations to come. But sustainability must be more than environmental. It must also be economic and social, and it must be fair. We need practical solutions, and we need to invest in baseload power, not just intermittent sources. We need to reduce regulatory burdens on small businesses, and we need to ensure that farmers, families and communities are partners in this transition, not casualties of it. Thank you.
She talks about subsidies. When did we ever hear about power subsidies before renewables, mate?
Never. We didn't need them, mate.
We didn't. Exactly right.
Because they could hold their own.
Yep. If a business needs to be propped up by the government to make money,
it's not worth it.
And these are overseas companies. We're either sending the profits to Europe or the Chinese government. Let them fall over.
Yeah.
Let them go.
It's just...
If it's not feasible...
It's just wrong, mate. I'd love to see how much subsidies are paid in 1 year.
We'll never know. Yeah. We'll never know the real number.
No,
it'll be hidden. She makes some really good points in that last segment, and in fact all her speech, but is this the most common sense comment ever? Sustainability must be more than environmental. It must also be economic and social.
Yeah. It's like, hello, McFly.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
It's got to at least break even.
Yep.
And it can't crush the community like it is.
It's completely smashing everyone.
Yep.
Oh, unless you're in the higher echelons and you can't feel it because you've got too much money, which I don't know anybody who has too much money.
Another thing she says there, farmers and small businesses need to be partners in the transition, not casualties of it. We're running small business into the ground.
Yeah.
And manufacturing.
Yeah.
They're disappearing from Australia.
Everything's... It's going to get to the stage where no one can afford to open the door.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost too much just to turn the lights on.
Do you remember when we used to have the Made in Australia ads proudly?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw one of those ads?
Don't know.
When was the last time you bought something Australian made because it was Australian made?
I've got a few tools that are made in Australia.
Yeah.
And they're still tippity top. They're brilliant.
But these days, it's not even a consideration.
Nah.
Because there's so little made here. That's such a powerful statement. It should be front page of every newspaper.
Yep.
And the leading 6 o'clock news broadcast story, small businesses should be partners in transition, not casualties.
Yep.
Because we are destroying them.
We are. Yeah.
Well done, Leah Blyth.
Yep. And long may she keep on making sense.
Well, she got 3 years, which is fantastic.
That's good.
She obviously gives a damn about the community.
You can tell she's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a breath of fresh air, really, because there's so few of them that actually make any sense or sound like they give a shit.
She's not virtue signalling. She's not net zero at any cost.
Nah.
Yeah, the crazy net zero at any cost. Let's destroy that community and blow up that town. And
as long as we get to net zero, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll still be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll end up at net zero and nothing to show for it, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
The country will be starving.
So we say to you, Leah Blyth, thank you for speaking up for all of us.
Yes.
Every Australian. Thank you for such a heartfelt speech where you talk about community, small business, farming, and make this point that we've been trying to make. It's not just about renewables. You can have a blend.
Yeah.
Yep. Of all sorts of different.
Without bloody killing society and the people. It's like, I used to think I was maybe close to middle class. I don't think I'm that anymore. I think I'm like, we're struggling. We are no longer middle class.
No.
Because everything's so friggin' dear.
It is. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching that with us. Please let us know what you think in the comment. Yeah, we all need to get behind Leah Blyth and like-minded senators and politicians like her so that we can drive this net zero craziness back into the ground and not do away with renewables, but just come up with a
sensible approach.
Where maybe we don't get to net zero, or maybe it takes another 20 years to get there, but it's done without crippling the community like we are doing.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.